This accounting mini lecture covers the basics of the statement of cash flows. So let's start by talking about the purpose of the statement of cash flows. We know that we can look at a company's balance sheet and see the change in cash from one period to the next. So why do we have a separate statement that details the cash flows? A statement of cash flow will help to explain why the cash balance changed. We can see exactly what the sources and uses of cash were during a given period. Okay? This is important to tell financial statement readers that might include investors, creditors, analysts, even employees, regulatory authorities. It tells these users how the business funded their operations, whether they have sufficient cash flows to continue carrying on the business and paying their debts as it becomes due. Users can also see whether dividends were paid to investors and whether the company borrowed or repaid additional funding. Now, let's look at the information that we're going to need to prepare a statement of cash flows, because a statement of cash flows is a little bit unique compared with a balance sheet or an income statement. Typically, an income statement or a balance sheet can be generated directly from a financial accounting system because it just basically pulls the balances directly from a trial balance. Statement of cash flows is a little bit different in that it generally has to be manually prepared. So some of the things that we're going to need in order to prepare the statement of cash flows, we're going to need our comparative balance sheets. We're also going to need our current income statement. And we're also going to need some additional information. The additional information will vary depending on the company and exactly what sort of transactions they had occurred during the year, but it might include things such as change in equity, changes in long-term borrowing, and it could also include substantial non-cash transactions, which are generally either disclosed on the face of the statement of cash flows or in the notes to the financial statements. Thank you for watching this video on the basics of the statement of cash flows.